we out here, out here, out here. Straight up Cali, let's go. Straight up Cali, sun's blazing high.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Leaders and Learners, where we all know that the best leaders are lifetime learners. And today, I am joined by LaTisha and Marsau Scott. They are entrepreneurs, they are parents, reality TV stars, yes, but they are a certified power couple. You may know them from, if you happen to watch reality show, Owns Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you haven't checked it out, please do. Trust me, the empire that they are building is something that most people can only dream of. From luxury wine and cigars, real estate, hair care, all of those cool things. They're turning family values into generational wealth. We're going to talk about love, business, legacy, my favorite subject, and the real behind the scenes about being Black, branded, and in the spotlight at the same time. So let's get right into it with Marsau and LaTisha. You guys there? Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are. We were trying to get on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, 'cause we
Oh,
was losing signal a little bit, so we was trying to get the Wi-Fi together.
You know how it is in business. You got to
I
work behind the scenes every
do.
now and then.
And it feels like anytime there's something important to do, that's when we always have tech issues. And I
Oh
don't know,
yeah,
I just, but whatever.
Absolutely.
yeah.
But before we get started, I wanted to, I did a thing a couple of months ago, and I just wanted to ask Marceau if he knows this guy. Like, I ran into this guy at the airport, he was pretty
Hmm.
cool. I wasn't sure if Marceau knew the president of Omega Sci-Fi. That guy. If
I
you
haven't
happen,
met him personally. I
you
haven't met him
haven't.
personally. Yeah,
Okay.
I've not met him personally, but I do.
I think
Oh,
you should because he is very business oriented. This is why I brought him up. I did not know he's an engineer. He's like incredibly smart. And I'm like, I don't think people really understand that Black Greeks, we're more than just a secret organization. We are people that are out in this world making an impact and doing some incredible things. I want you both, before we even get any further, is to let the crowd know why you joined a Black Greek organization in college.
Um, I joined a Black Greek organization because I wanted people to beat me in order to be friends.
I'm done with you already. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
No, I mean the people that say that kind of stuff, they seriously don't understand what it is, where our origins are, just everything about it. And so, I think that the Greek organizations, especially, I know I did at the Alabama A&M University, HBCU. I played, Omega Sci-Fi, the New Epsilon chapter, not enough, never enough, not to be explained.
oh my
Back in
God.
2001. No, but seriously, it's like there's so many guys out there, so many people with just like just like who thought the same, and they were kind of had the same goals in mind, and combining those people to hold each other accountable and move the needle forward. And you're talking about a Greek organization that's been for over 100 years in the United States of America. So that in and of itself lets you know the power of it. And our fraternity is founded on just cardinal principles of manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift, but really about that scholarship and really about just, making sure that we're being, you know, you know, just really dedicated when it comes to intelligence.
I appreciate that. And
Let me
for
switch
you,
my hat. Let
I
me
wanted to
switch
tell
my hat
her,
right quick. Let me
yay,
switch my hat.
come through with it. But listen, all of my roommates in college were AKAs. I actually watched a line come in, which was exciting because yeah, my play sister pledged in. Where is she at? Indiana, and she called me at like 2 in the morning after they crossed skiing in my ear. So I'm slightly traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Like I little PTSD about that, but I can't help but to love you ladies. But let me know why Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Well, for me, for Alpha Kappa Alpha, I've always
Uh-oh. I think we had a little bit of technical difficulty there, but they'll be back. But what I want y'all to do is make sure that you get a chance, you roll on over there to um, Love and Marriage Huntsville. It is on OWN. It is an amazing show. And I say that because I was telling them before we got on, there's a lot of reality shows where people put on, they act like they've done so much, or they act like they're capable of so much. They don't really talk about where they got their Porsche from, if it's rented or if it's owned, all of those things. These are people that actually do the work. And part of watching this show is seeing how they work together to put in the work, to raise a family, to build a business. Here they are.
I don't know what
Right,
it's doing.
you there.
For some reason, as soon as we get on, it starts hearing the Wi-Fi chop. Are we chopping up
right.
to you?
No, you sound good actually.
No.
Don't touch nothing, Marcel. You
Okay.
be breaking stuff. I heard that's why
No.
it's taking her so long getting her off.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a fixer. But all right.
All
Um,
right, Alpha Kappa Alpha. Give us the good stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be really, really short. But being the first person in my family to go to college, it was important to me to start a legacy for my kids. And being that, of course, I've had mentors in high school, and one of them was an AKA, and she just played such a role in my life. I really just was like, you know what? These are the footsteps that I want to follow, to be a part of an organization that not only exemplifies sisterhood, but also working within the community and just being around educated, smart ladies. Like, it's just a whole nother world. And it's something that, I've never experienced this before. And so I was super excited to be a part of the organization.
Now, are your little ones? Well, they're not so little anymore. Interested? Do they participate in the youth organizations? Like, what's going on there?
they did a pageant.
Yeah, my daughter, she's won a couple of the pageants. They are very involved in the community service of it all, and they throw up a pinky in a second, and they just let you know when they go to college, they're definitely going to be AKA, which is so weird because two of my closest friends are Deltas, and so my baby girl, we're like pulling on. She's like, "Oh, she's gonna be a Delta." I said, "No, ma'am, the legacy starts here."
Yeah.
So my husband is a Kappa, but he works a lot, so he don't really be going to stuff. Um,
Yes.
so my husband had him, my 17-year-old, in San Diego. He went to San Diego State, and they were sending me videos of him learning how to twirl. I was like, listen, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I
No.
don't know. But his godfather is a Sigma, so I'm like,
Oh.
you better figure it out before he figure it out.
Well,
So
he's 17, so he's going to be deciding very soon.
yes, girl, yes. So we will see who wins the battle of the
You gonna be
9.
okay if he?
See if he's going to be a pretty boy.
Are you gonna be okay if he's a Sigma?
I don't think he will. So that's why I think that's why he's stepping it up a little bit, because it's that time. It's that time. So we will
But
definitely see. I
Listen,
just want to ask you though.
I
There is
couldn't put my son. Oh.
go
No,
ahead.
I was going to say, I could not put my son in any of the Capitol things in Huntsville. Like, we have this big organization. I think it's called like Capitol League. And I
Happily.
asked him, I was like, can we put MJ? He's like, no.
He's like the one 1911. I don't know. I don't see you throwing it up too much, Marcel. You might want to, show up a little bit. Do your thing. Do your thing. No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
I carry it. I don't just wear it.
Oh,
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I see you. I see you. There's a big, seems to be a big movement right now of people denouncing their letters. Have you seen that?
I've been seeing it. I've been
It's
seeing it a
weird.
little bit ago.
What do you think that is
It,
due to?
pardon me.
What do you think that's due to? Why does it have to be so like making a public thing? They're having a convention now, and that whole. What is that? Are
They,
they
they,
just
they,
being
they,
attention
they-
whores?
I'm sorry, room service came in. They just want some attention. They
Okay,
they pledged for the wrong reasons, and they want some attention. They came in, and they came in on a different line, and a bad they had a bad experience, and they want to blame the whole organization. You know what I'm saying? So tell me what situation you can't blame the whole organization for. I mean, are you going to denounce God because you got into an accident in a church parking lot?
Right.
You know, so at the end of the day, and then a lot of stuff coming from people talking about. I've heard they talking about Greek and talking about it's demonic and stuff like this. And I'm like, guys, you realize that like you're talking about a whole like a whole. It's not they literally don't know what they're talking about. Talking about the rituals and stuff. It's
Right.
obvious they didn't pledge.
It's
You know.
just weird that it's like taking up so much space right now, and they are having these conventions and they got to get on social media and burn their hats. I'm like, this is not a MAGA movement. Like, what are y'all doing? It is just weird.
Right.
They're
It's
not finna. They're not finna get that energy from us.
Or they either pledge for the wrong reasons.
or they pledge for the wrong
Yes.
reason.
They play.
Absolutely.
They pledge to get some hoes and they ain't getting no hoes.
Then there's that. Okay, we'll leave
Uh,
that right there. No, seriously, there are people that pledge to find an identity, right? There are those
mhm.
that needed that for self-esteem. Clearly, that's not y'all, but okay, what do we do? Let them live their life. Listen, I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, what has been kind of your biggest personal and professional shift for for you since you've started Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Biggest personal and professional shift.
Yeah, like what did you have to change? What did you feel like, okay, now that I've started this show, I have to change this about how I do business, or I have to change this about my personal relationships or even your
Mm.
marriage?
Yeah, yeah. I had to change. Well, I have to change. I have not yet changed, but because it's a fundamental part of me, right?
Okay.
And so I am by nature a real trusting guy, right? I'm just because I can take the first punch, and so I don't have to protect myself and a lot of stuff. Like for example, you coming to me and tell me, um, "Hey man, I'm doing this in business and I got this right here going like this." I can believe you because I mean there's no consequence. I don't have a default to say, "Oh, you're probably lying," you know. So my default is, "Okay, cool. Tell me more about it." And it turns out that that turns into a time wasting situation, or it turns out where it's cap, or it turns out this right here. So I am struggling right now with limiting my conversations with people, limiting my access. Not, I'm a straightforward kind of guy. So if you ask me business advice, um, or you ask me advice on anything, I think that that's respect in me and respecting my position. And I think that you asked me for a reason. And I'm not going to tell you five when it's really seven. I'm not going to tell you bad advice is like bad directions. And you come to me and tell me, hey man, how far away is this? And I say, oh, it's 3 miles just to spare your feelings when I know it's 10. You know, and so I'm learning now to kind of vet people a little bit more before we start having a longer conversation.
I feel
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah, I can agree
you
with that. I'm
you
No, I was just going to say I agree with what Marcel is saying. But not only that, it's also I am learning that in my personal life, you just can't be too comfortable around people and you have to be cautious of who you let get close to you because a lot of people tend not to have like a good reason to want to be around you. So being that I'm such a friendly person, I have to try to like back that down a little bit, and I've been praying very hard for discernment because I feel like in this industry, you really, really have to have that.
I've seen a change in your disposition over time.
Hmm.
What do you feel like that is due to?
To be honest with you, I honestly it is all of the social media stuff.
Okay.
Like I've never experienced it was just a lot of negative things, especially from Black women on social media, and that was something that I had to adjust to because I wasn't used to it. I'm used to people cheering you on and supporting you, and pushing, like especially for a marriage, not the opposite. So I had to. that's the change I think that happened within me from that, because I feel like I was just so innocent at first, and now it's just like, no, I'm cautious of it, and I have to be a little bit more quick to observe things.
So how do you deal with what you've learned with social media, understanding that technology is not something that we're going to be able to escape, and
Hmm.
your kids? How do you cultivate them to have safe relationships, and how much to share, how much not to share, how to use it for the greater good? Like, talk to me about your parenting when it comes to that, since it's a lesson that you've had to learn the hard way.
Yeah. Well, because my daughter, I have a 13-year-old, which she is starting to get more on social media. But at first, my son, he wasn't on social media. And so I always told my kids, like, you guys don't need to be on social media. You're too young for it. But now I see that they're more on social media because their friends are on social media, especially with the girls. And so I'm just cautious of telling them what to share, what not to share, how to have fun on it, but not be too invested in it. I talk to my kids about bullying. I talk to them about social media bullying. I talk to them about adults bullying, and kids. So this show has really been a prime example that I could talk to my daughter, especially, and I let her know, like, you see what, some of the things I had to experience, like, is adults bullies just like their kids bullies. So just honestly, just being open and real about everything to a certain extent, because they don't watch the show, so they don't see a lot, but I try to just really talk to them based off of my experience with it.
And I think that social media, the best place for them to experience social media is in high school and junior high. Why? Because social media is high school. You
Hmm.
got your cool guys, you got your funny people, you got your intellectuals, you got the people that wouldn't say this to your face. And so it reminds me, it always has reminded me of the lunchroom where people get to crack jokes and have topics and have debates and stuff like that. So it naturally follows that it's a good place for them to learn because they can see it executed in real life and also executed on social media. So they'll be fine. They'll be fine. This is a new phenomenon that we had to learn, and we had to. What happened with social media is that well, kind of what Tisha and I experienced about getting on reality TV is that we had to go back to high school.
Yeah.
Right now in social media, before then, everybody was, our friend. We can laugh and tell jokes and stuff like that. But there's never a time, even you, Tanya, there's never a time where someone just walks through in your life and says, I don't like that hairstyle with that jacket.
You're
And you
right.
go, man, who are you?
Right.
Like what? And so women, pretty women, they don't get to. This is why it affects them more because they don't really get to go through the same thing. Guys, we laugh and joke about this stuff all the time. You get a bad haircut, we're gonna talk, we're gonna crack jokes about you. We're gonna talk, we're gonna talk about each other regardless. But women, y'all don't get a chance to go through these negative opinions about yourselves. And so I think, us dealing with it, number one,
Mhm.
us stepping back, because it affects you. I was talking to Tisha and people say this line all the time, and it's a lie. It's a lie. How do you deal with the comments? I don't read the comments. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know,
And
everybody reads the comments.
if they do.
The comments have they impact you in certain ways. That if the roaring of the crowd, the cheering of the crowd hypes you up, the boos take you down.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they were saying Hosanna to Jesus, and he was getting hyped. And then they were booing him a week later, and he was, what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we're humans, this stuff affects us. But the key is, how can we have the confidence and have the self-assurance, and how can we place that in our kids and ourselves to the point where we understand that other people are going to have opinion, but that does not weigh more than our own opinion of ourselves.
Yeah.
Amen. I'll
Yeah. And
take
I
that.
didn't even have social media when we first started the show. So that was another thing. Like, I
Really?
actually, yeah. Yeah, I started my IG account and everything when we started the show.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's a little different. So you had to be like, what is this? What kind of hellfire I done walked into?
Yeah.
Listen, you guys are building this empire. Okay. We got cigars, we got wine, my favorite, real estate, one of my favorites too. Hair care. y'all got stuff going on. It looks amazing, but what I know is that it's very hard. Where's this balance coming from? Because it looks like y'all balancing it. Am I off? Have you
Yeah.
just started to figure it out? Because you make it look easy, and I know it's not.
Well, no, balance is achieved over time. You know, everything has its time and a purpose for every and in different seasons. And so there are times right now I think that we put in some work, the long hours, the lonely shifts over the last couple of years. So now that we're growing a team and our team is starting to step up and do some different things that allow us to be able to take our hand off the wheel a little bit. People have to understand that businesses are like babies.
Mm-hmm.
And you spend a lot of time where it's just you before you're birthing them, and then the first couple of years you're teaching them to walk, and they're solely dependent on you. And if you had triplets like we do with as far as businesses, then you're watching three little businesses just and you got to carry them, and you got two in your hand and one you're holding and one you're pushing. Eventually they start to walk on their own, they'll fall a little bit, and if you take care of them when they're young, then they'll take care of you when you're old. So one of the key things that our businesses now is just now, honestly getting to the point where they can kind of walk, where they can run on themselves. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how great the business model seems. No one's going to be immune to the everyday life of business. No one's immune to, payroll. No one's immune to payroll, theft, bad training, everything that comes with it. So I'm happy that you say it makes it look easy. It's not. It's not easy, and we're constantly pushing. We're constantly struggling, trying to figure it out, and really perfect this answer that we have as our business of society.
Not only do you make it look easy, you make it look fun. Okay. You make it look glamorous, you make it look fun. And I think that's part of the problem with social media and reality TV is people don't go any further than the surface that they see at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you don't do the cuts, but when they make the final cut, it just looks fun and it looks rewarding and it looks, oh my God, this is great. Me and my husband can do that. And they wind up divorced. So all of
Oh,
that
it's
being
fun
said,
now.
yeah, it is fun, but it's
It's
still
fun.
Yeah.
I ain't got no
the
problem.
work, the
Yeah,
getting
you still
this
have the
done in time
struggle.
for me, and now I'm frustrated because I got this other thing I need to do. That's
Yeah.
not the pieces that people. I don't know. Maybe people just pick what they see and what they ingest. But
Yeah.
all that being said, a lot of people that are calling themselves entrepreneurs now ain't even making money because they think it's just fun and it's freedom. What is your best advice to those people that are like, I'm an entrepreneur, but they ain't making no money?
Well, then you're a real entrepreneur. Because entrepreneurs are the gamblers. They're the people that say that, y'all do it this way. I've got an idea. I got a way to do it the other way. You're not. I mean,
How long do you stay broke though before you decide maybe I should be doing something else? Because
well,
after a while,
till you get it right.
oh,
I mean,
I
yeah, no,
don't
no,
know.
no.
I can't see LaTisha just being like, yeah,
Well,
we're still struggling, so we're just gonna
well,
keep going. No, she's
she
not
has a husband. She
right.
has a husband. But I've been doing it long before. I've been doing it long before this. You know. Yeah, yeah. No, no.
She
No,
does.
yeah.
She had that luxury.
She know what I'm saying though, because I'm sure we've all got friends that are like, I'm an entrepreneur, and ain't not a one check come in, nothing.
Well,
You know,
you,
do you
you but
give
see,
your friends business advice? Come on, I'm your friend. I need your business
I'll
advice.
tell you what. I'll tell
I've
you
been
what.
trying this and it's not working, and I'm broke. Marceau, help me.
The advice that I tell people about being an entrepreneur is this. The way I categorize it, I tell them that entrepreneur is you get to eat what you kill,
Mm.
but you got to kill every time you want to eat.
Mm.
And this is the nature of the beast. You got to go out there. The worst thing you show me, pay an entrepreneur. That's the worst day. That's their worst day. Their worst time is when the check comes in. I love having that accounts receivable. I hate when that accounts receivable is paid because now it shows that I've got to get out there and hunt every dollar. I can see the end of it. I don't care how big or small the check is. I can see the end of the dollar. Whether this right here will pay the bills for the. I counted it in months. You know, I look at jobs sometimes when I'm up with Scope. I look at jobs and said, okay, this will be this is enough payroll for the next 3 years. This is enough payroll for the next 6 months. I don't know what. Yeah, so this is so honestly, it's tough because you got to be that risk taker, that trailblazer. But I've been doing this for so long that I'm so comfortable with uncertainty.
Mm.
I'm so comfortable with uncertainty, and just we'll figure it out. Nothing. Every day it's gonna be a whole new set of it. But yeah, no entrepreneurs. You showed me an entrepreneur that's making a ton of money. I mean, they didn't just start out. Entrepreneurs, yeah, when I was when we were working and broke, our account be down to a couple $100. Now, entrepreneur and broke. I had an account one time that was negative 600,000. Not even joking. Yeah, it's real.
Tisha, you're shaking your head. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Yes. I had to have patience with him with that because at first I was just like, I'm just gonna go give me a job because I need to see the study check coming in. But what I had to learn that as being an entrepreneur, he is correct. Like we have a job and we're like, okay, what's the profit? Out of this profit, how long can payroll last with this? So we're always thinking about our employees. And in the back of my mind, I do know that it's going to take a while before the business kick off and pay off. So we have our business like Black. We've been in business with Black Cigar Lounge now, what, 4 years? 5 years? And so it is at a point that it's taking care of itself. So, you have to put that time in the very beginning and not expect anything.
Yeah, it's an investment. And so the thing is, what you can't do is expect to plant a seed and eat the fruit the next month. All right. So that's just not how it works. And if you want to keep it for a long time, you're gonna have to plant it, and you have to go through it. I mean, if we did another Black right now, it'd be much more successful because we learned.
Yeah.
Lessons get taught or lessons get bought, and we
So I heard
bought a
you
lot of
guys are going to
lessons.
bring a Black to LA. That's what I heard. And Redondo Beach is a great location. Did I mishear that?
We'll think about it. I mean, we're looking at a couple different places right now.
Yeah.
A couple different places.
I
But
will tell you that on our pier we have some space for a place like yours. Just thought I'd throw
really,
that out there. Beachfront is your thing. I'll let you girl.
I'm with it.
I like
I
that.
like it. Let's talk.
Just play with me.
Yeah.
So, but with that in mind, what is your approach to PR and marketing? Because y'all kind of different. So, who makes the decision on that? How that's going to happen? Do you have consultants? Public relations and marketing is a big part of business growth. How do you make those decisions?
We haven't been good on PR.
Yeah, that's been our thing, marketing. Even with my girl's hair care line, I'm like, we do social media posts, and I'll set up, okay, I want it to look like this, and I need the pictures to look like this. But we're just now stepping out to partner with a PR company because that has been like we've been so focused on business and growing the business and grinding in the business. We'll throw a picture out here on social media every now and then, but yeah, we definitely need like the marketing side of things.
Yeah, we haven't done much of that. We haven't
Yeah.
done much of PR. We haven't done much of the other stuff, and so it's like, it hasn't been our comfort zone.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we're talking. I mean, we're on it. I mean, we're really doing these things,
We're working in it.
and so we don't even have the luxury of time sometimes.
Yeah. And thank God that the businesses have been doing as well without that, without really focusing in on it. So we're excited to see the next phase of things and where it's going to take us once we actually start focusing more on the marketing and the PR side with our team.
Very good. I'm excited to see what comes out of y'all next because y'all doing it. But I do want to ask you, my little AKA friend, my new little AKA friend. Um, you seem like a traditional wife. I don't know if that's a bad term for you. I am one myself, so I'm going to embrace that. But I want to know how you maintain your identity as a businesswoman and a wife and a mother, especially with the pressure of being in the public eye.
Yeah. So that's really my main thing. Every time I'm like, I just want to make sure I'm a successful mom, wife. Business is third on my list, but those two are at the top of my list. No matter what, I'm like my family, my kids it's gonna come first. So I have made that just a priority to make sure I try to be the best I can at being the wife that Marsau needs me to be, and being the mother that my kids need for me to be. Even when we film the TV show, I tell the producers I have to leave here by a certain time because I have to go pick my kids up from school. And they have all these after school activities, but that is a focus of mine. So I enjoy the flexibility of being able to be a stay-at-home mom, and also being able to work if I need to. With that, I went back to school and got my second master's in real estate development because I'm like, I do want to still learn as I have these roles. It is still important for me to still learn and grow within the business. Marcel and I, we've had this conversation this season on the show. I'm like, I don't want to be like full time in the business, but I still need to know things.
Yes.
You know, and still have my hands on different projects and different things. But it's the most important thing to me is being a mother and a wife.
I love that. I respect that so much. Marriage in our culture right now, it feels like it is obviously it's evolved a bit. It feels, but it feels undervalued. Am I
Yeah.
tripping?
No, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, because people feel like, I know I used to get that a lot. Like, you need to have your own. Like, you know, being a stay-at-home mom was is just looked down upon. I don't know why. I'm like, we invest a lot in our kids, and I enjoy being there for my kids. So, and it's a lot of work. Like, being a stay-at-home mom, it's not like an easy task. Like, I don't know where they get it from. Like, you just have free time all the time. You get to do what you want to do. I'm like, no.
No, actually, no.
I think that this whole idea, and I was talking about this earlier today, this whole idea that, you know, people aren't into the sacrifice it takes in a relationship anymore. And not across the, I'm saying the ones that are unsuccessful. So the one thing I was talking, like the ones that be saying stuff like I'd
The
leave
ones
them.
who fail, the ones who
Yeah. The ones that
they
just
don't
like
get
the
it.
businesses, the ones that fail, they aren't in it for the. Yeah, I'm sorry. So this idea of I'd leave them, I'd leave them, I'd leave them, I'd leave them. I'm like, well, it's that culture. The reason why you don't got nothing to stay for. And yes, there are a lot of things that people would leave someone for, when the reality is these are a lot of things that you could leave for, or you could just work through.
Mm.
And after you work through, the only way you can make your marriage, your business, to maybe withstand the test of time and make it stronger, is to put different kind of stress on it. And so you have to find things that you're willing to fight through and fight for, just to build up for your business. And so, I mean, your business and your marriage. So I think that what the challenge with this today's generation is the idea, this social media kind of opened it up to think that, oh, I can just go find anyone, and so I can leave this situation and just jump on this one, leave this situation and jump on this one. But I think that people don't realize that they're running out of options. And so marriage, business, all of this stuff is something you build. You have to spend the time, the effort, the patience, and it's not always pretty. It's not always fun. It's not always rewarding. It's not always going to pay you. You're going to look at there's nothing I've ever done in my life that I hadn't sat down and said, why am I doing this? Because it's hard, because it's difficult. There's something that makes you want to quit on everything I've ever done worthwhile. But the idea that you press through those things, the idea that you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to keep going. And sometimes when you can't even see forward, you keep going and you're like, damn, I'm glad I did. So that's the reality of marriage. It's not just piggyback rides and cotton candy and shit like that. It's different.
One of the other things that's looked down upon in our culture these days, which is just weird to me. Marcel, you are a alpha male. You are so alpha and so aggressive. Do you have a softer side? And how do you feel about our culture being so, I don't even know the word I want to use, but it's almost like looked down on to be an alpha male now?
Well, see, those are comments. That's just not true. All right.
You think not?
Yeah, I know that for a fact. I know it for a fact. I wouldn't be successful if it wasn't. So those are the comments. And even in those comments, They like it. This is the reality of it. They like it. It's not one of those like I couldn't be that. I couldn't be that. They couldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? People say stuff like I couldn't be Tisha. And I'm like, you goddamn right, sweetie.
And I couldn't be your man either. Got it.
Right. You couldn't. You couldn't. No, but the reality is that see the negative connotation is that when people say you're not, you're not. People have perverted this role as it is to be a man, to be an alpha man. All right, they perverted the role of king. Right.
Yes. Yes.
When the Bible talks about being a king, in order to be a king, you have to be a servant first. And people don't understand the correlation. The correlation to me is that a servant serves the king serves the whole kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's the king's job to serve this, to answer all these problems. And they get the least sleep, And so the king is not about beating your chest and saying, I'm the ruler, I'm the Lord of all. I'm the listener to all. I'm the one that has to bear the responsibility of making this decision. I make the decision because I have to live with this decision. I have to be the protector, the provider. And when you're protecting and when you're providing, you're not invincible.
Yeah.
Right? You don't go not hungry. So this is a service role. And so I think that part of, the strength is given to the people that's required more of.
Mm.
You're required to use your strength. And so I think as long as you can make sure that person feels respected, they still feel valued, they feel honored, but at the same time, leading responsibly.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. I have a alpha male myself, so yeah, I'll be thinking about you, girl.
Yeah. And you fall in line, right?
Wait a what? He said, "Fall in line. I'm gonna fight you. We gonna fight."
I'm sorry. Wait. Can I ask you a quick? So.
Okay.
Because Mr. McKenzie's going to hear this. Are you saying that Mr. McKenzie has the kind of wife that don't fall in line?
I don't fall in line. We come to an understanding about
if he said something that you disagree with,
okay.
You get to a point. I'm sorry. There's a point where you disagree. Now he said something you disagree with. Which way do y'all go? He says, "Baby, I think we need to go right." He said, "Well, baby, I really think we need to go left."
Okay, fine. Let's do it. Okay, fine.
So what do we call that?
I'm going to make sure he's all right.
So
I got time for this.
The reasons.
That's what I
call that. Do we call that falling in line?
Would he? I don't think he would say that to my face, but probably.
No, he wouldn't say that. Yeah. I'm just saying that.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't got to call it falling in line to fall in line.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's literally deciding that you trust the person that you have decided to procreate, marry, and grow with. You trust them. You trust their decision-making process. And after y'all have talked about it, you're going to support the decision. But also, I've made decisions before too, where he has had to do the same thing. I'm older and smarter and I'm a Zeta, and that's just what we do. No, I'm just kidding. But okay, but no.
I agree with that though. I agree with the fact that, see, it doesn't mean that you don't have a voice. It doesn't mean any of that. All it means is that if you didn't want to lead them, if you didn't want to follow them, then you made a bad decision a long time ago.
I'm married no punk. That's all. That's just
right.
Let's just put it out there. I didn't marry. We're in an anti-intellectual movement right now, I feel like, in our country, and people are dumb. And I didn't marry a dummy, and I'm going with the choice that I made in life.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. So
that's
all that being said, before I let you guys go, because I know y'all busy, where are y'all at anyways? Now I'm just about to get in your business because I feel like we're friends. What hotel, where are y'all at? What city?
You see,
we're in Atlanta.
It's beautiful back there. I see.
You.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. When did you say you were coming to LA? What are we talking about? So I can show you. We can show.
We'll be there in October.
Yeah, we come to LA every year in October because that's when we film our reunion at.
We should do something.
Yeah.
We should. I'll bring Ray out.
We actually have the dates. We'll be there from the 14th through the 17th.
Okay.
That's my birthday, the 17th.
Yeah.
But I think you should come look at another location for Black because we need what you got. Okay.
We need to hang out, do some kind of event out there.
Yeah.
We got a lot of LA people up there, and we always throw these different parties and stuff like that. We need to do something. Maybe
Yeah, we said we was gonna try to do something in LA
some
last
kind of
year.
black party.
And it's around your birthday time, so
That'd be dope. We did a black party.
Let's talk about it. Make it happen.
Yeah,
Okay.
talk.
Yeah.
Lastly, before I let you out of here, what should we expect for the rest of the season?
Ooh.
I don't know.
What can you give me? What can you give me?
Girl, we don't make the edits.
Right. We all know.
Honestly, what's crazy, what you will expect, and I don't know how they're gonna edit it, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What you'll see is the reality of that conversation you just had with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The reality of the conversation that you just had with us is talking about
The roles.
how do you maintain your own identity in a marriage, and how do you how do you work together, how that is, and anybody that tells you that they've got it figured out is
Lying.
they're just lying, and that's just the bottom line, because it's a struggle every day. I was joking to you about Mr. McKenzie, but even the thought process really is that you want to maintain that, you want to keep what you earned,
Yeah.
but you have to give up some in order to get more.
Yep.
And so that's the challenge that we're in right now in terms of marriage, especially marriage on success, marriage with a lot of the input from the outside.
Right.
And so, I mean, that's what you're gonna see in the rest of this season from us.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see our boy going to college.
Yeah.
And my crazy daughter.
You actually get a lot of scenes with Marsau and the kids this season.
I love
You
that.
see coming a lot with him and the kids. So
Okay.
yeah, because
We will definitely look forward to it. We will look forward to it. I'm encouraging everyone out there to watch the show. It's one of my favorites. I don't do reality TV, but this is quality TV, especially if you're still trying to figure out how to navigate complex relationships, men and women, women and women, and keep your identity. I think that's hugely important. So I just want to thank you guys for being here, for taking the time. I know you're busy, but please, let's keep in touch. And if you come out this way, let me know.
Right,
absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's been fun. This has been fun. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, thanks for showing up to the podcast where we all know that the best leaders are lifetime learners. When you get a sec, take a moment, leave a comment. What you think about today's episode, and share it with someone that you know could use the gems that were dropped today. Follow and subscribe. You don't want to miss who's coming up next. You never know who could show up here and what they could say. For your professional needs, marketing, PR, communications, and leadership, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Sand and Shores, or hit us up at sandandshores.com. Again, thanks so much for showing up. We appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.